But Dumnodi, let's talk about the qualifiers. You know, at the beginning of the year when we were looking at these qualifiers, we said it that if you just don't plan well, you are going to be hit below the belt because the games are quick. There's no time for recovery. I mean, the games come so quick that if you just miss your step, I mean, you are gone. And that is what is happening to Nigeria.
Yes, I said it. I said a lot of people are looking at the World Cup. I said after the World Cup, there's a major tournament. And now we are now focused. We are forgotten about the World Cup. Now we are thinking of defending our titles. I said after the World Cup, people said the World Cup is the biggest. You World Cup, you may not win. But the Nations Cup, you are coming to defend. If you don't defend the Nations Cup, it's going to be a mud. And we told our viewers, and who cares to know that between October and November,
6 games.
Stretch.
6 games.
Loaded.
Where is the Saturday? Where is the Saturday?
Loaded. And we know the implication. Suddenly the crisis came on board. And where we have today. Now calculation, abacus system, tally system, everything is being going to be. I know you're saying Aladuva. Let me tell you the truth. The Abuja Stadium, if you like, go and stand on the top of a mountain.
And be praying and fasting.
No, I mean making all the noise. People will not come. One, distance is very far. Even when these Eagles are doing very well, the timing of the match, people are just cleaning up.
That's why the timing is at 5 p.m. so that people will have closed from work.
4 p.m. Even
Five.
Unless we want to play.
That's why
it's only a Chuan that will leave his place of work at 3 o'clock and want to go and watch that match.
No, it's 5.
Okay.
Abuja is not like Lagos where the traffic is bad.
But you know that it's not easily accessible.
They can make
number
it.
2.
They can make it 5.
The situation now. Let me tell you something.
Because of the
we
way
are likely
Eagles are
to see
playing.
the match as if the match is played behind closed door. That match. Ayo is saying we are praying to get 10,000. He said 15,000 just to help us a bit. We may not get people to watch the game. That's the truth of the matter. Because everything now has conspired against this team at this time.
Yes.
All right, let's look at other qualifiers across the African continent. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, remember, are playing from Group A. But then we're not the only ones playing tomorrow. There will be games all across the African continent. And we have the fixtures for you of matches to be played this midweek. We'll run through those fixtures and then highlight some of the key games for you. Nigeria-Sudan, very key. Eagles need nothing less than 3 points. Even if it's 0.5, we just must win to know how to win again. Because it's a long time we won a game.
3 points must be added to that point.
3 points must be added to the one that we have. It's. I mean, that's a given. It's not arguable. Then we have South Africa against Congo. I don't even know what prayers to pray. Whether South Africa should win, whichever one. We just need to do our own job. Then Group B, Mali against Ethiopia, Algeria against Malawi. Those teams playing at home won their games away from home, so they look like they will want to consolidate. Group C, Dumnodi, you can run through the list of fixtures.
On Lesotho, Burkina Faso against Gabon. In Group D, we have Cameroon against Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast against Congo DR. Remember, the Ivorians won the first leg 1-2 in Kinshasa. In Group E, Togo against Uganda, Ghana, Guinea. The first leg ended 1-1. In Group F, Cape Verde against Mozambique. They want to overturn that 2-0 defeat in the first leg in Mozambique. And of course, in Group G,
Zambia against Niger ended goalless in the first half.
Of course, Tunisia against Senegal and Egypt against Botswana. The Botswana have been complaining that since the other coach that took them to the Nations Cup in 2012 left, their football
their life has not been the same.
They said they should go back to him again. This was the same coach. They said he could not take them to the next level.
That's the thing.
They said you should go and get somebody who is better. Now the person that is better is taking their football down, and then they are going on rampage on Twitter, abusing all manners of people.
Let me go back to Group A, South Africa and Congo. Now South Africa, they know that when they win that match,
they are almost in Morocco.
They're probably in Morocco. In fact, they have qualified already. So
if they win that game tomorrow, they go on 10 points.
Yeah, they go on 10 points.
So they can't rest on their horse because Congo is on 6.
Congo will be on 6 points, but
and
they
have
will
2
need
games
by
to
4
play.
points. Now they have 2 games to play, so it's almost like they are qualified.
No, nothing is given yet. The only country that will qualify tomorrow.
Add something to what Scott is saying, mathematically.
The only country sure of qualifying tomorrow if they win their game at home is Algeria.
Yes,
they've had a fantastic run.
Well, the way the South Africans are going, if they win
South Africa,
the last game against Nigeria, they just come and enjoy you.
Anyway, let's get back to the phone lines now, and this time let's meet Peter Rufai. Peter Rufai is joining us on the line now. Peter Rufai, Dodo Mayana.
Mayana Dodo.
Mayana Dodo. I mean, that's how we greet you, Peter Rufai, hero of the game for Nigeria. But what's happening? What's happening? What can you say? How can you advise Nigeria? Because the last time we spoke, you said this is the time that we need to stand up and be counted for Nigeria, for the Eagles, for the coaches, for our dear country.
For Nigeria, for the Eagles, for the coaches, for our dear country. Actually, let me start by saying good evening, Doyin, and
with your colleagues over there, and to the viewers as well. Good evening.
Yeah, tune down the volume of your TV set so that we don't get the feedback from your TV set, so that we can just talk via the phone.
Yeah, that's done. Okay, it's done.
So go on.
Yeah, so actually, as a matter of fact, all I just want to chip in, be part of this communication now, is to use this opportunity to really speak to Nigerians to understand just one thing about Stephen Keshi and his crew and the Super Eagles. Keshi and his crew once made this nation proud. You know, he exhibited his wealth of experience as a then player, captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And as a coach, he exhibited his skill as a coach. And he made this nation proud after 19 years of seeking for the Nations Cup, which we did not, we weren't able to get the cup then. Stephen Keshi marshaled this nation Super Eagles to the Confederation competition, then further to the World Cup. Only for Stephen Keshi to come back, and only for the fans now that sang the song of a hero, that sang the song of a champion, and now we are now, chanting and asking for the head of Stephen Keshi. I want to plead to Nigerians that please, for God's sake, for our own Stephen Keshi, for our own Super Eagles, this is the only Super Eagles we've got, that we should do everything to stand behind Stephen Keshi and the Super Eagles come tomorrow's match.
Well, Dodo Mayana, before I allow you to go, because we are running for time, if the results go our way tomorrow, maybe fans may have a change of heart. But it all depends on whatever results we are able to get tomorrow. So what are you expecting from tomorrow's game? As someone who played the game and you have said, go, let's support Keshi, let's back him, let's be with him at this difficult time. What are you expecting from tomorrow's game? And the NFF are also meeting at the end of the game.
You see, yes. Yes, you see that, yeah. Yes, you see that of the NFF meeting tomorrow after the year is a fact. The most important thing is the game itself. And as a player and as a coach, I know what will be running in the minds of these players. Tomorrow's game, these guys are not going to take it lightly. Our Super Eagles is going to go crushing these guys. But all the Super Eagles players need is the support. It's just, this is bringing me back to my days. When I come onto the pitch and I see, or my squad, then the 94 squad, when we see the fans cheering, singing, the supporters club dancing, sending that transmission of communication of self-esteem to us, man, look, we crush our opponent. And that's all I'm asking Nigerians to please set aside every other differences, other situations in the past, and let's see how we're going to go in this encounter against Sudan and really put Sudan down to where they belong to. With due respect.
Well, we'll be speaking to former Nigerian international goalkeeper, former Super Eagles captain, Peter Rufai, and he's told Nigerians what to do, get behind the Eagles tomorrow. It's going to be difficult, but that is what we have to do to push this team to success again, because for me, it's not over yet. We can still qualify for Morocco 2015. But let's pause a little bit, because we're now at the home stretch. Let's look at some other issues outside of football now, before we wrap up sports tonight, this beautiful Tuesday. Let's talk, Dumnodi. Let me come to you very quickly. Let's go to the National Sports Festival. What's the story around the National Sports Festival? The Paradise Games, Calabar 2014, may now become Calabar 2015.
Like we had
Looks like we had in Rivers. So National Sports Festival may be moved to March 2015.
And it's a whole big challenge at this time. I remember when Rivers was moved from 2011 to 2012. We start having it after every 2 years. Only Lagos that broke. And
Ogun State.
And
Ogun State.
Yes.
Ogun State.
I don't know how the National Sports Commission will do that, because next year is going to be election. The National Sports is coming immediately after election. I don't know how ready the new government whoever is taking over from the present governor of the Cross River State. Whether it's going to be
no, the elections into the state wouldn't be March.
Elections
they are looking at March 2015.
March 2015. Elections
the governor will still be in charge March 2015.
The governor will still be
in charge. Okay, fine. But then you have you're going to be wrapping up.
But then you have a point, because elections are coming, and at that time, the mindset of everybody is let's do successful elections.
And after the elections, how do we plan for a new board, executive committee? So that's what I'm thinking about. So I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on the National Sports Commission. I hope they have thought this out, clearly thought out, so that we don't have another ship. Because remember, Rivers was shifted twice. So let's look at how it turns out. But I hope. But this was announced
2 years ago.
Lagos had the shortest notice. Lagos had the shortest notice, but Lagos were able to meet up.
But you can't compare everybody to Lagos. Lagos was once a
we're trying to look at every 2 years, but this now we are not.
Yeah, they got the notice 2 years ago, but I don't know why it looks like Rivers, Cross River may not be able to meet up as at when due. So National Sports Festival may no longer take place this year. It may now be March 2015, but I don't know whether even March 2015 will be feasible in terms of putting all those facilities in place for the National Sports Festival. All right, Dumnodi, street soccer. Let's talk about the Lagos MTN street soccer. The winners are known.
The winners are known. The 7th edition, Kailo 2 Street in Lagos Island have won the 7th edition of the street soccer competition. They go home with 5 million naira and a tour to South Africa, where it's in different categories. We have the under 15 boys won by JJ Boys of Yaba. JJ Boys of Yaba.
They had a lot of categories this year. They had women. I'll
go to the women.
Okay.
For the under 15 boys, JJ Boys of Yaba won the under 15 categories. For the women, Raising Stars Queens of Igondo defeated the Milan Queens 1-0, and they will go home with 1 million naira. And of course, so this
no playing tour for the girls.
Well,
playing tour for the boys.
For playing tour for the boys, 5 million naira and a tour to South Africa.
Anyway, it's getting better. That's the Lagos MTN Street Soccer competition. Congratulations to the winner. 5 million naira is not a joke. And you can see those boys celebrating plenty of cash and a playing tour of South Africa. And we must commend the Lagos State government for staying true to this and giving
this is 7th
edition, and they are giving a lot of these young boys livelihood. A lot of them are making a good living from street soccer and also furthering their career as football players. All right, so that's just for information for you. The competition ended last Sunday at the Campus Square. Dumnodi, our final shot on the program tonight is table tennis. The National Table Tennis Federation League. We're getting closer and closer to the end.
The 4th finalists that will compete in the female event have emerged for today. 4 of them are Union Bank. They topped the log after the technical officials considered the head-to-head rule to ascertain the qualified teams. 5 teams were tied on 10 points, but after using the head-to-head to confirm the list of qualified teams, Union Bank topped while Team 1 of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, very good corps. They are paying attention to sport. Pay attention to sport.
Yes, civil defense.
They're taking over from
athletics.
They're taking over from the police.
Yes.
They're taking over from the police.
I think we should commend them.
We should commend them. They are paying attention to sport. We should commend them. And of course, finished second. Others that made the top 4 for the grand finale and the Nigerian police team and the Pink Fresh Smashers. Unlucky team. Normally they are the giant killer. That G20. They failed to make the cut after the head-to-head rule was applied.
Head-to-head in table tennis.
In table tennis.
Anyway, find your way to
the final 4 for the men. The final 8 will be decided tomorrow and at the same venue.
Okay, all right. So we have to wrap it up. But the last one is this tweet from Abdulkadri B. Lawal. He says, to boost attendance at the game tomorrow, let the FCT minister provide free buses to convey spectators to and from the stadium. That's our last shot on Sports Tonight this Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.